sun shining today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today, and I will leave my windows open.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate the time you take to watch my videos. I know everyone is so busy these days, and I really do appreciate it, and I hope that you enjoy yourself here. So now I am going to be sharing another Sunday reset. This isn't a typical Sunday. I decided on this day to tackle a rather large project, and that was just getting my kitchen a little more organized. Some of the cupboards had gotten out of control, so I decided I wanted to tackle that project. And that's what you're going to be seeing here today. So if this is something that you are interested in seeing how I have organized some of my cupboards in my kitchen, keep on watching and maybe even join me as I tackle some of these cabinets. Now, before I head out the door to tackle some errands, I wanted to just tidy up the kitchen, put away some dishes, and make my to-do list just so I am set up for a successful day. But let me know in the comments below, what is one task that you always do on a Sunday in order that you get off to a great start on your week, whether it's grocery shopping or, cleaning bathrooms, whatever. What is the one task you always do on a Sunday?
Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way.
So one of the tasks I do want to tackle is underneath my kitchen sink, and I have a plan for here, so I just want to take some measurements to make sure that what I'm looking for will fit underneath here. There's nothing worse than getting home and realizing that what you purchased for your project doesn't fit. And now that I'm back, I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of what I purchased to help me organize. I picked up some new microfiber cloths and some dishcloths. As you saw, I threw out my old dishcloth. It just doesn't seem, it seems that no matter how many times you wash your dishcloths, they just eventually are stinky. So I thought it was time to pick up some new ones. A new dish drying mat for the same reason. My husband and I, it's only us in the house, so we don't mind hand washing our dishes. And I do want to replace the liner underneath the kitchen sink, so I picked up some more of that. And then I also picked up some Pledge because I do like to use that for dusting my wood furniture. Now I picked up some Scrub Daddies. I had always thought these were a bit of a gimmick, a little bit of a hype, but a couple of weeks ago I did break down and buy one, and I love it. I love these things. But tell me in the comments below, what do you think? Are they all hype, or have you used them and do you love them? I'd love to know what you think. I want to replace the system I have for my utensils in my utensil drawer, so I picked this up from Bed Bath & Beyond, I believe it was. And then I broke down, I was at Home Depot and their garden center had opened, so I picked up some of these blue hyacinths. I wish you could smell how wonderful my kitchen smells right now. I picked up some lavender and some of these, they're called cold weather pansies, but I'm going to use them inside the kitchen for now because it really is still cold outside here in Canada. And these flowers just make my heart so happy, and I can't wait to get out in the garden.
If you try to get some sleep, if you give.
So I will be tackling a few cabinets in my kitchen, and what I like to do is I am going to clear out all of the cabinets I plan on working on and get everything out of them so I can just go through and clean them all and purge everything all at once. So I will empty everything, then I will clean everything, then I will purge everything. It just is more time efficient for me to do it that way. So that's just one little tip I have for you. Try to do it all the same tasks all at once, and it'll make your life so much easier. But here I'm just giving you a quick glimpse of everything that came out of the cabinets and how dirty they actually were.
darling, you've got to keep holding on through the night, 'cause I promise.
So the coffee I'm showing here is something we don't even use. Our coffee maker is downstairs and we only use it when we have company or large gatherings, and let's face it, we haven't had large gatherings for over 2 years. So that can go downstairs where we keep all our excess overflow of items.
For a bit.
As I was filming, the Amazon came, my Amazon delivery came, and I'm so excited because they are things that I wanted to use in the kitchen. And I'm going to show you what I got now, and later on you will see how they get used. First thing I picked up were some of these pot lid organizers for the doors of the cabinets. I currently use a pot lid rack and I hate it, so I thought I'd give this a try. And then I got an under the cabinet mounted paper towel holder because I want to get my paper towel up off my kitchen counter, so I thought this might work really well. And I will try to leave links to these two products in the description box below in case you are interested in purchasing them for yourself. Now I'm going to get to cleaning, purging, and organizing.
Like I'm different, still you stay 'cause you feel something real. Get so lost in my moments, doesn't mean I don't need you. I fell in love with your colors, they kinda tell me what I'm thinking. I fell in love with the way we are.
So after cleaning out underneath the kitchen sink, I'm just trying to decide which way to place the liner. Do I want it lengthwise or do I want to go across? And I decided to go lengthwise because I think that made more sense, and it covered, I didn't have to use as much liner to cover the bottom.
Where we will fall, nobody can see us. Still they wanna tear us apart. There's something different about the way we are.
Love the way the liner looks. Now it's to move on and purge some of the stuff that was underneath the cabinets. Some of this is doubles, so I will move them downstairs to another area where we keep extra items. And I'm going to be getting rid of these dish drying towels just because I got that new one and these are old and stinky. Time to move on. So now it's just purging, and then I will reuse some of my dollar store bins. And my idea was to get one of those pull-out bins, you know, the stackable kind, and put things in there underneath here. But honestly, number one, I couldn't find anything in any of my stores. And number two, the stuff on Amazon is way too expensive. I'm not willing to pay that for something that I'm going to be putting in a cabinet to organize some of this stuff. So I am just going to continue using my little dollar store rack, and this just shows you don't need to be spending lots of money, you know, at the Container Store or anywhere else to get these things that are going to sit behind a cabinet. Yes, they look pretty, but in the end, I'm not willing to spend that kind of money. So my dollar store rack will do.
Nobody can see us, still they wanna tear us apart. There's something different about the way we are. There's something different about us.
I think this is turning out great. I have so much more room underneath here. I can actually now stack my dish drying rack down here, and I'm really happy with the way it's all turning out. Everything is organized and easily accessible. So now I'm going to move on to purging out the other cabinet of all these oils. My goodness, I had so many oils. Some weren't even open. They were duplicates. They're being moved down. Some were very old and expired, so I do suggest that you check your expiry dates, because some of these were pretty old and well past their prime. So that's what I'm going to be doing here.
I don't need to feel lonely. I am finally home at last.
One of my very first videos was how to make a lazy Susan, and I made this one. I will leave a link to this video in case you're interested in checking it out. Be kind, it was one of my first videos. It's not very good, but I do love this. But one of the fun things about this one that I made, this is chalkboard paint. So you can write on it with chalk or one of those chalk markers, which I'm doing here. And I had forgotten how much fun this was, so I gave it a quick wipe down, and yeah, I just used my chalk paint pen to just write oil and vinegar on it, and used it back in the cupboard to hold all my oils and vinegars, and I replaced the little pads on the bottom so it wouldn't scratch anything.
And I don't know why, don't know why, don't know why I'm always feeling homesick. Oh.
So now I'm moving on to my pots and pans drawer, and I'm going to start putting these pot lid holders on the door. And they were a little tricky, I'm not going to lie. You don't have much time to work with them because they do have sticky on the back, and these are very sticky. Like, I don't think they're going to come off anytime soon. They're not like the command hooks where you can pull them off. So my suggestion is that you kind of mark where you want them to go. Make sure they're where you want them. Place one of the lid holders on the door, and then very gently place the other so that you can move it if needed. But I do absolutely love the way they turned out. I don't have that rack on the bottom anymore. It makes getting the lids so much easier. I thought I had room for one more lid up there, but it was getting in the way of the door and the rack. So I just put it on the pull-out rack. We don't use that lid or that pot that it's for very often, so it's fine there. And I cleaned out the bottom, and now without that pot lid rack on the bottom, I have so much more room. Loving it. Love the way this all turned out.
Don't know why, don't know why I'm always feeling homesick. Oh.
Now I'm going to replace these dollar store bamboo trays I already have in this drawer. These drawers are rather small. It's really hard to find pretty utensil holders that will fit. But I did find this one at, I think it was HomeSense I found it, and it fit perfectly. And after a quick vacuum, now I'm going to give you a quick tour of how everything turned out. And we'll start over here in these drawers. This turned out so pretty. I love it. Now things sit much easier for us to get to. And I didn't anticipate it, but I ended up clearing out this second drawer, you know, the one that you always have that's more junky. And I ended up doing all of the drawers, and I just love the way they came out. I was able to purge things out of here. And down here in my dish towels, I purged a lot, so I have a lot more room in here as well.
But you keep coming back to tell me sorry that you take back all the things you said just to hurt me. Our love just went cold, but I'm still burning.
Here's just another glimpse at how the pots and pans cupboard turned out. Love the lid holders on the door, and funny story, wasn't sure how my husband would feel when he got home, and he loves them. So that was an extra bonus for this project.
Get myself together again. You are back once more, like everything's the same. I tried to build my walls up, but you're taking them down. It's tearing me apart. I can't pretend. Now I have to get over.
After giving my pansies some much needed water, I didn't realize how dry they were from Home Depot. I forgot to show you, I did mount this under the cabinet. And honestly, at the time, I wasn't sure how I felt about it. I just placed this plant there for now just because everything was getting so crowded looking with the paper towel holder under the cabinet. That's not going to stay there, and neither will the little towel ladder over there. It just seems too cluttered. And honestly, I wasn't sure if I really was loving this look, but now that we've had a few days to live with it, we actually both really love having it up off the counter. So in the end, it worked out really well. And my goodness, the room just smells magnificent with these hyacinths on there. And then under here, my oil and vinegar cupboard and just miscellaneous stuff turned out so well organized and so useful. Loving the way this all turned out. And on the bottom shelf, I got that completely cleared out and actually got to move some excess stuff from my baking cupboard over here, and I still have tons of room for other things here. So this just turned out so nicely as well. That box in the middle I moved from my baking cupboard because it took up some very valuable real estate over there. So it works out really, really well. And I didn't show this, but I did organize this just a touch, mostly the bottom, because that's where that bin with the chipettes and everything were. But now I have everything spaced out and nicely organized. So I love this. Everything is so easy to grab.
It's tearing me apart. I can't pretend. Now I have to get over you again.
Now I'm just going to check my to-do list I made earlier in the day and check off what I got accomplished. I didn't get everything done, but I'm not going to beat myself up over it because I got a heck of a lot done today in this kitchen, which was the real goal here. So I am pretty happy with the way the day went, but I want to thank you so much for spending some time with me today and helping me organize my kitchen cabinets. That is a goal of mine this year, is to stay on top of these little projects and really get behind things and start to purge and clean out so that if we ever do decide to downsize, we're ready to go. But thank you so much for stopping by. I hope this gave you some inspiration and some ideas on how to organize your kitchen cabinets. And until I talk to you in my next video, guys, I hope you have a great week. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
And the way we lose it, there's something different about us, and the reason why we stay. We fly around like paper planes, they never